feel really blessed to have been able to work with 3 generations.
My dad obviously started the thing in '49.
Then, of course, Kevin stepped into the practice after Dr. Lloyd was getting about ready to retire.
They've gone on for generations, and now Taylor is here as part of the practice too.
I think 75 years is a testament to doing things that have a long-lasting impact.
It means more than just fixing teeth. Our mission is to make a difference in the lives of people.
Reed Family Dentistry is probably one of the top 5% dentistry in the country.
This gives us stability to our town.
I'm talking about the cutting edge of dentistry.
Being able to continue to innovate and pursue excellence while holding on to the very core of serving people, that's what will enable our practice to be sustainable and last for 75 more years.
Never forget that. You're treating human beings, you're not treating teeth.
Millington was a Navy town. I was just a young person whenever we moved here. And of course, the Reeds were members of our church. I knew them from the time they were just very young. Dr. Lloyd opened his practice.
December 1949, we all know that date. Dad gets out of dental school, he sets up in Millington. They started in a little bitty area, which is about where Maury's Tavern is. Dad would roll over at his grave to think that a tavern took over his spot.
Lloyd Reed was just a stable rock. I mean, you didn't have to doubt where he stood. He gave a lot of himself through church and through the community.
He was always, to me, like a father. He expected a lot, but he was sweet, dependable, strong, loving in his own way.
Those are the things I did admire about him, that people trusted him. He had great integrity.
He was the money man in the church, by that, the church treasurer. And he was big, and he carried himself well, and he was pretty charismatic, and easy to talk to, and sort of like Kevin. All Kevin is his daddy made over.
I worked for him in the summers, from 8th grade through college.
My dad went to dental school here at the same dental school that my grandfather went to and the same one that I went to. And they worked together for about 10 years. My dad was learning from him, learning from his successes and failures so that he could start building on that.
We had a great relationship. We were eating lunch, 3 or 4 days a week. I was like grabbing everything I could from his knowledge base. And
Kevin then stepped into the practice after Dr. Lloyd was getting about ready to retire.
My dad took it over and he started building on what my grandfather had built.
When we first started, Dr. Reed's father was just retiring about that time, and so he was here. So they've gone on for generations, and now Taylor is here as part of the practice too. So it's really something.
I remember coming out here as a kid to hang out in the office when my grandfather and my dad were working together. And I always thought it would be really cool to join the family business.
I think it's pretty rare to see a business that's lasted generationally from one generation to the next.
Dr. Taylor, he's grown up in practicing dentistry, and we also got to work with Dr. Lloyd. I feel really blessed to have been able to work with 3 generations. It's always been a sanctuary here.
You can have chaos at home, and you come here and you feel very safe.
You could be yourself here. You could be mad here. They would still love you back.
You're empowered. Your thoughts matter. We're a family.
Dr. Lloyd and Dr. Kevin were deeply concerned for your life, not just you as an employee.
I did not realize 10 years ago when Dr. Kevin hired me on what a blessing that this job would be to me. I was diagnosed with cancer a few years after I started working here and had to be out of work for 6 months. They would come to the hospital, they would come visit, and then my dad would always say, you better never leave there.
The camaraderie that they have together, they truly have a lot of fun and they work really well together. Businesses like Reed Family Dentistry give back to the community. If you didn't have community partners like we have, Millington wouldn't be what it is now.
Volume of time and the volume of dollars that he probably expended out of his personal pocket. With that came a growth in terms of this community. A lot of it would simply not have happened had not Dr. Kevin Reed been willing to make that kind of commitment to make it happen.
The Millington Chamber of Commerce Golf Tournament, which is a big fundraiser for them. You get your goodie bag and you open it up and get a sleeve of balls, and they say Reed Family Dentistry, and you stick a T in the ground and written on the T is Reed Family Dentistry.
They clearly care about the community that they're in. When I was coaching in high school here, if we needed something for the high school, that they're always supportive of what we were doing.
Dr. Kevin is a big supporter to the local schools. He gives to the local band program. Things like that make a difference in those children's lives, which comes back to us.
It's given stability to our town, to have people like this, a family business that's not somebody in, somebody out, and somebody new coming in. They've been here and people can depend on them and they know what to expect.
Reed Family Dentistry is probably one of the top 5% dentistry in the country. And I'm not just talking about income. I'm talking about the quality of dentistry. I'm talking about the cutting edge of dentistry. Dr. Lloyd and now Dr. Kevin and Dr. Taylor, very intelligent people. They are very visionary. They are very on top. They are very open and willing to go and learn. And because of that, they're always out front in terms of what is their profession in their field.
My dad and I were driving home from the orientation to dental school. So this would have been 1978. What I remember Dad saying on the way home was, "I hope you heard that speaker today." I'm 21. "Yeah, Dad, I heard the speaker." He said, he said something really important. He said that when you graduate from dental school, they will teach you how to do the basics of dentistry. But if you're going to be successful in dentistry, you're going to be studying it your entire career and making changes as you go along. I heard that.
Technology and techniques are rapidly advancing and changing. Every 5 years we look back and we're doing things totally different. And I think that's been true for 75 years. And I think that's why partly we've been so successful and we've made it for so long, is because we really believe in what we call can-I and constant and never-ending improvement. Because we think our patients and our community deserves the very best. And I don't think that's ever going to change.
It was the Pankey Institute down in Miami. Made a huge impact on me. It's a world-renowned training facility that was established in honor of Dr. L.D. Pankey. And so what Dr. Pankey's phrase would be, "There will never be a tooth walk in your office unattached. Never forget that. You're treating human beings, you're not treating teeth."
And it's always fun to come here. It's a very joy-filled place, which you don't find in very many medical professional offices.
It's not just about dental. It's genuinely about, I care about you, I want what's best for you.
I think that's what makes this a special place. That's why I keep coming back here.
When you think about the legacy being passed down, that happens because we have a long-term view and a long-term goal for our patients.
We have patients who we've seen their, the grandmother, the mom, the sisters, cousins. I mean, it's a whole family for years.
And I think that's really special and really rewarding to see their family, to get to know them and have that special relationship. It's hard to describe to somebody that's never experienced it. When somebody's been here and they've been here for a while, they get to know us and they spend time here, I think they absolutely can see that there's a huge difference.
The culture that I wanted to develop was a little bit different than my dad developed. Taylor's will be a little bit different than mine, but it will have the identity of the leader. It had to be my dad before that. It has to be Taylor now as he's taking the mantle.
It's good to see Taylor stepping in now. He's doing very well.
Who will have visions similar to mine and different from mine.
My vision would be us continuing to hold on to the two cores that we have: an absolute dedication to clinical excellence, and at the same time, having a passion for people.
It means more than just fixing teeth. It started out as a vocation, and it's become a calling.
I'm blessed to have been here for 28 years.
I've been here 35 years.
I think I'll probably work here for the rest of my life.
Relationships and community is so important.
We attend funerals. We have patients that come in here that they share their heart. That's really what we're about here.
Made a big difference in my life, for sure.
What our vision is for this to be transformational.
75 years is pretty amazing to be a family business.
I look forward to, Lord willing, us getting to 100 years and even more.
To make a career out of this has been pretty incredible.
I agree.